they're admiring or observing something on a screen that's 80% accurate, but that 20% starts to matter after a while.
Yeah. Speaking of snitching, my favorite hate-agram I got was somebody sent me a message on Instagram with like pictures of rats and snakes, like just rat and snake emojis. It was like, you're a snitch.
These people think a snitch is.
And I'm like, well, actually, yes, professionally, I am in law enforcement, so I do get paid to snitch on the daily. So
yeah, we're cops.
Thanks.
Actually, Justin, question for you.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you find it to be snitching?
Okay, so it's like kind of 50-50. Like I like the show because, I want them to better the prison and county judicial system and the jails. And so like they have to have a way to go in there and figure it out, because if they just come in there and ask us, we'll tell them a few things, but there's a lot of stuff we're not going to tell them. So, it's good that they put y'all in there and to try to figure it out from the inside. But, and then I forget what season it was, there, like where the girl was like, she was writing kites while she was in there. Oh, this person has think, or this person has drugs. And I'm like, I don't think that's what.
Season 3, Maury?
No.
Maury did it, and then Brooke did it in season 5.
Brooke. Okay, that's what I remember.
Well, Brooke.
A lot of stuff we're not going to tell them. The show because,
like just rat and snake emojis. Was only I am.
Actually, Justin, question for you.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you find it to be snitching?
Okay, so it's like kind of 50-50. Like I like the show because, I want them to better the prison and county judicial system and the jails. And so like they have to have a way to go in there and figure it out, because if they just come in there and ask us, we'll tell them a few things, but there's a lot of stuff we're not going to tell them. So, it's good that they put y'all in there and to try to figure it out from the inside. But, and then I forget what season it was, there, like where the girl was like, she was writing kites while she was in there. Oh, this person has think, or this person has drugs. And I'm like, I don't think that's what.
Season 3, Maury?
No.
Maury did it, and then Brooke did it in season 5.
Brooke. Okay, that's what I remember.
Brooke. Well, Brooke sent the one about the shank and the.
So,
but hold on, before you comment any faster, my response to you would be, out of all the participants in the history of the show, how many, and you at home think about this for a minute, how many have actually ever snitched?
Yeah.
Define snitching, audience.
I'm going to say
snitching.
How many participants have intentionally tried to take away somebody's release date by providing information on them to jail staff with the intent of depriving them of freedom? That's how I
don't know. I think it could be even looser than that. Just being on the show, on camera, willingly, and engaging in other people, you're technically engaging and snitching to some people. So it depends on how loose a person's definition.
Every one of the inmates whose face appears signed a waiver to be filmed. So at the same time,
and again, I was really involved in this though, and I still didn't know half of what was going on. So that gets tricky. I don't know. I will say though that I am known for, quote, not snitching.
Yes.
And yet people will get mad at me for not snitching, and yet hate on everybody else and call them a snitch for snitching. It's a weird it's a weird thing that people do.
Yeah, but I agree with you in that situation though, because the timing, it was not appropriate for you to divulge any information to the sheriff. After the fact, yes, but at the time of you still being incarcerated, I didn't feel like it was appropriate for you to mention anything that was going on inmate related in the pods at the time.
Here's how that ran. I'll go ahead and go into it because it's a common question I get is, people are like, oh, you didn't snitch, you didn't roll, you didn't play ball. No, I didn't play ball. And it's mostly because I was getting in with these people. They like me and I like them. They're good people in there. Garza is a good guy. Wes was a good guy. Skeeter Lee, good guys. They were all my bunkmates. Very good people. And they have, unbeknownst to me, these bash units in the cells. You can hear and see everything. So they come up to me after a while. They say, hey, So we heard you overheard this conversation you had with your bunkmate Garza about, how to get out. We heard him say this, we heard him say that, and I said, sounds like you got everything you need then, huh? They're like, well, we'd like you to elaborate on it. I was like, why do you need me? You have everything that you need on camera. If you wanted to do something, if you want to do something, you have everything that you need. You don't need me to gossip like a high schooler about other people's business on camera and destroy their lives for no reason. You can destroy their lives if you want to. That's not what I signed up for.
And that's actually very, very true. How many times were we pulled into the confessional booth and they said, "Hey, this happened. Talk about it for a minute." Hold on. What am I going to really provide? You know what happened. I mean, in fact, sometimes I was, and I'm not trying to, air too many dirty details, but I know there was one or two times where I got pulled in. Like, do you know what this is? I have no idea. Okay, well, this is what this is. So talk about it for a second. Hold on, I have no idea what you're even asking me to talk about.
And say that statement 7 different ways, by the way.
Oh yeah, and say that. Hey, you laugh, Justin, but the three of us know.
No, I believe it.
It was almost suspicious the amount of time we were kept in those interview rooms because, they would interview people. I mean, they interviewed the entire inmate population, not just participants. So it didn't look like they were singling anybody out. But towards the end of ours, I'd be gone for like an hour and a half. And they're like, "You sure were gone a long time, bro." We just talked about different stuff. I guess they like me, So that becomes part of your own cover story. You got to figure out, how am I going to cover the fact that I was just gone for 2 hours?
Yeah, because I know, like, if I was in, that would be asking questions. Like, I know you were asked a lot of questions, and the sheriff even was talking to you about how many questions they're going to talk to you about and ask you. And the guy that your roommate, he was like, that's just how we do it. Like, we just ask questions. We try to fill out the people. Are we comfortable being around them? What are they, good people? Are they kind of weird? Like, can
it's
I buy
their house?
Like,
it's their house. You're invading their house.
I feel like very, very much a similar sense of fear and a sense of unknown between everybody, participant or actual inmate alike. Like, you go in there and participants, we're nervous because we don't know these people. We don't know if they're violent. We don't know, we're all very naive to the situation. A lot of the inmates in there who have committed crimes, like non-violent crimes, just maybe some minor drug possession or something, they're probably
When did I go live? What the hell? When did I go live?